Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 10 of our playthrough on the Deadland map. We're playing as the Ironteeth faction, we're playing on hard mode. So, what is our overarching goal for today? I realise I say so a lot as well. But what is our overarching goal? We have water security. Food security is something we want to work forward to. And I would also like to start to look at a solid industrial foundation. So we have our power plant, we are currently building. We have our badwater discharge. And we're producing metal blocks up here and over here. We are ripping out the scrap here. So things are working. We do have a lot of automation on the go as well. I will get to comments in a bit as well. So what I think I want to do this episode is we want to solidly come in and sort of chuck in a load of automation. So let's get these crappy trees out and speed things up a little bit. So one of the excellent comments was about I don't have enough beaver storage, so I do want to do that, and we are in a drought, so now is the time to do it if we are ever going to do it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to... How was I going to achieve this? I needed to achieve this by popping in this here, right? Popping that there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to tunnel outwards. Oh, we need to unlock tunnels. We can unlock tunnels, that's fine. Excellent. So, I didn't realise we hadn't unlocked tunnels in this playthrough yet. So, what we can do is we put tunnels there, and hopefully they'll be able to build this in time. And I'm also going to high prioritise all of this because I would like it built. So that's going to allow me to put a tubeway station in here, and we're going to stick some more housing around here. I just wanted to have it easily accessible so they could get to work nice and quickly. Because we do seem to be, as much as I don't do efficiency-based playthroughs, we do seem to be on that kind of a bent at the moment. So that's fine. Give the people what they want. There was one comment about the dams on the side of the map. I think they fixed that. So I think all of the water just flows off. It hasn't been an issue so far, so I'm not too concerned about that. And my horrendous attempts at trying to automate this, Phelan has given me some wonderful advice. So, for the last minute water boom, I think you want the depth sensor set to greater than 0, which it is. If the river isn't empty, and the resource counter set to less than 90, which it is. If you're then the relay should be set to and. So depth sensor and resource counter. And then what I do is I tag you into, so you're set to relay 3, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop you onto there. So that, why does that pause that? Oh, it's because the water. It's because our water's over 90%, isn't it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to play devil's advocate with this for a bit, and I'm just going to I can't automate a tree, Scott. Don't try and automate a tree. We're going to play a little bit devil's advocate with that, and we're going to see if that self-rights itself. I will keep an eye on that because I don't want to run out of... I mean, we have this down here as well, but... No extract. We have no extract. Because I don't have the centrifuge turned on. Pause this. We don't have a lot of bad water. How much extract? How much dynamite do we have? We have 1 dynamite. Okay, so this might not happen this time. If it doesn't, we need to make sure that we don't... I mean, it could be fine. As long as I can... Let's see what that looks like. But they pulled those out. So, how do I want this laid out? Maybe we'll come down here for storage. Maybe we'll have storage down here on this plateau. And we will... I'm going to go how I want this to be long term. So, we also do need to make sure we unify the power, don't we? Maybe we do... Do we do... Do we just run... Do we just run that down there? And just call it a day? We'd also need to rip all of this out. I'm aware I'm asking a lot of them in this temperate cycle. But what I would like to do is I would like to do... Not this pair temperate cycle, this drought. It's too far from district centre. Is it? They can get down there, can't they? Well, they could build it from there. That's fine. So, that's going to be the unified power connection because you can't come off the side, which is a bit upsetting because we lose a little bit of space. But I think it's fine. I think the trade-off's fine. So, how do I want this? It's not a lumberjack flag. Just come in with a lumberjack mill. So, a lumber mill. Is that one, 2, 3, 4? Five enough for us on our current need? I think it probably is. And let's just keep the path running down the middle. Let's just keep all of that. Oh. They can't have access to that, can they? Because they can't come and build that. Okay, that's silly. Let's delete that. So they can come around the edges. Have they managed to do me some... They haven't... How? Right, okay. Can you at least build that impermeable floor? Can you build that impermeable floor? That'd be really cool if you could. And I fear we are going to actually be pulling these out to put this in, and we will reconfigure. We will reconfigure. I know I have homeless beavers. I'm very upset about that. But they're a bigger fish to fry right now. The sanity check, food's okay. Water is also okay. So they're turned on. The threshold is okay. So this has worked. Well, we will see if it's worked. Because when that empties out. But we still have loads of water here. Pumping is fine. We will start to think about, once this is in, we will start to think about large... so all the explosives have gone into that. We'll start to think about the large tanks. I just need to get that on the go. So we have this down here. We're going to need to think about branching the power over sides. We do have this here as well. So we have a fair few bits of power. And we're going to put food processing over this side. I kind of want you to build that one, guys. I feel like that one shouldn't be too hard to build. And have they come and put... It looks like that impermeable floor has been built. So, in theory, as soon as we start to get the... I can also pause that. As soon as we start to get the bad water flowing out, as soon as we start to get the bad water, we can have the centrifuge, have the dynamite turned on, and then we can, hopefully, fingers crossed, not have loads of water leaking out of here, and we can put a tubeway station. I've realised, have I made a mistake? Yes, no, I have. That needs to come away, doesn't it? Which means that can't be built on... Oh, no, that... Oh. So if we keep this one paused for now, and then we can build all of this on this side. We'll look at that when that comes. 1.6 days out. The reason I've said that needs to be changed is because obviously I need to build the tube shaft, don't I? I can't just build on top of the platform. which is a little bit frustrating. And we're going to pause all these. You might as well build this one next, actually. We're doing okay. I will sort out the beaver sleeping outside problem. And I will sort out a storage solution as well, so... Do we just come straight down? I think it's probably the easiest, isn't it? I've also been thinking about this, and whether we just push this through here when we can to increase the power even further. And I think that's probably a solid solution. Do I want to get into it right now? Probably not, but do I also want to just do it because I like doing stuff? Yeah. I think you've worked out how I operate by now. If you haven't worked out how I operate on this playthrough yet, well, enjoy. Let's pop that there. And we'll pop the power shafts in. I think we're probably going to go for quite a utilitarian look on this playthrough, which, when you translate that, means it's easier to not hide stuff. And then we put a power plant in down here. So, delete this path so that nobody can get contaminated. Unpause you. We do need to do something about retention of bad water as well, like we did discuss. And this is paused. It worked. Thank you, Phelan. I knew I was on something. I just didn't think I was actually that good at doing it. But we've done it. We've achieved it. So we don't have power just yet. Now we have power. It will improve. Trust the process. It also doesn't do that because it's not all connected. So, as well as an industrial area, we need a proper storage solution, don't we? So, they're building that first, they're building that, then they can build this. So, we could also run power down the back off of here. So what I think I want to do is I want to come in on this side and do it kind of facing this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to just come in with some large structures. So this is future-proof in the colony. So this is just going, yes, I want loads of... So if we were to put industry over here as well, go this way. Yeah, that's fine. So what I kind of want is I kind of want it to... Kind of want it to be 1, 2, 3, and then we can do this side. If we're only ever going to use this for this, which I think we are, so that's fine. So how many resources do we have? We have loads. So you are going to be logs. You are going to be planks. You are going to be treated planks. You are going to be scrap metal, metal. I've gone over the top, so treated planks, and you are now going to be dirt. Wow, that was a very rapid cycle, wasn't it? But we filled our reservoirs. Well, we filled that reservoir. This one's now slowly filling. That's fine. That is fine. So all of this is filling up. We're pumping. These are paused. These are not paused. Good stuff. Scroll down, Scott, not up. So. The idea we're going with is this, where you shove a impermeable floor over the top, and you make the beaver go through the grate. And what we will then do is we will... Sorry guys, you're going to be homeless for a little bit. And then we're going to put a tubeway station in, which obviously requires metal blocks because there is no foresight in what I do. That's almost done now though. So we are going to have unlimited power. Of course it's not unlimited. It's too far from the district centre. Silly boys. That one's almost finished as well. How much power we actually produce? And that is a lot of power. So, it's not like magnitudes of what we've had in the past on other playthroughs, but it's good enough for now. And this is going to provide an excellent foundation for what's going on. Pause you, because they're still building that one. This can be built soon. Need to probably actually pause that so they can come around and build. No, pause both of them so they can come build this. I want you set to open. So you only need 6 more metal blocks, which we have. Can't get all required materials. You can. Come on, build it. I probably was a bit premature in deleting everyone's houses. But things we don't need to worry about. We can delete. I'm not going to... Well, I will delete those. I wonder if there's a world in which I can... Nobody will have a house now. I am that kind of guy. I wonder if there's a world in which we can unlock the large barrack. And squeeze one there. Pop that in. And I wonder if there's a world in which we move this tank. So maybe we have... one here. One here? For water. And we have one of these set to obtain. Prioritize one of them by haulers. And then maybe we're going to squeeze another barrack in there. I know I'm giving them a lot to do. I believe in them. I very much believe in them. You guys do not need to be working those jobs right now. This is future industrial area. I mean, you put the bits in, just build it. And we have it open. We have a bad water discharge, so we have unlimited use of bad water. The droughts have started. Couldn't have started any better a period. We have power now. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So realistically, this engine's going to go away. I mean, we might even tap into this at some point. And what I also need to do is I also need to put in a... We'll unlock the mini bridge so they can come over here and build this. Actually, I probably don't need to pause those, do they? So... And what we're going to do is we will move all of our automation sensors as well, because some of them are in silly places. So you can be unpaused. Oh, look at that power. Look at that power. So what are you? Explosives. I do need explosive storage. Empty you out, and do we not have... Do I not have somewhere else I could put explosives? Maybe if we just... Maybe we come off here. Maybe that's what we do. So we're going to have... I am going to put layers on this. This is going to be like an onion. There's going to be lots of layers on this. But for now... Explosives. There's explosives. I've gone blind. Seriously, no. I can't believe they started putting metal blocks in that before. Oh, well, I guess they're allowed to. So, how are we getting on? The thing I think I'm lacking for this is I'm lacking an overall vision. I want to do like cliffside dwellings, but I really think the Ember Pelts are much better suited for that because of the way they interface with stuff. So, I don't know why I'm lacking a vision. I mean, we can just play this and just play it to completion, but like I do like to theme things. So we could still go for cliffside living. I think the power of these water sources is going to allow me to have a really large reservoir, maybe even like all the way across. I was thinking of like coming out with this and aqueducting this all the way across here, so this just goes off the side of the map, so we don't have all of this here. And then we could do something with a bad tide diversion here. We can get this ancient aquifer drill in play. We've obviously already got this one in play. And we're about to have this one in play. So, yeah. So that has that in. So now, if we... the water shouldn't come gushing out. I'm fully aware it might. So let me know your ideas of a theme. I know it's my job to come up with the ideas. I'm supposed to be the person playing the game and, you know, showing off what I would like to do. But if you do have any ideas, please let me know, because I'm kind of stumped. It's a beautiful map, and I want to get a bit here. I want to have like mini settlements everywhere. But like, as far as an actual overarching theme, like a real world inspiration, I seem to be lacking a little bit. Oh god, the water's linked. Why is the water leaking out? We put the impermeable floor in, didn't we? Oh. I mean, whatever. Well, that's on me. Okay, so that's just leaking out. That's a concern, a hell of a concern, but it is just water that's in here. So we've put in water dumps, we've got our water things. I'm not super concerned. So you can come out. You are metal blocks, empty. We have metal block storage down here, don't we? Yes. I was thinking as well, because the tubes clearly come under here. So how do they get over here? So so what we can do is we can actually put a tubeway station in under here somewhere. Where would we like that? Now it can't be too. Honestly, it could even be there. It could be there. Right, let's push into that. I know that's probably going to upset some sensibilities, but I would actually like it to be relatively connected, because then it all just flies around, doesn't it? We can have that done in the center. Awesome. So we're going to have power from that soon. I will automate all of this setup. I just want to get it laid out for this episode. I don't want to go to... I know we're not utilising our power, which is probably very frustrating. So has that now been put in? Well, it probably has been put in, but we don't know if it's working because... And get that unpaused. Probably also actually build that for me as well, because we don't have any peak. Comedy of error. So if the tubeway station is going to go here, that means we can If you're like that. I could put the tubeway station like that, and then we can have a lane of them. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. Go away. I will leave all of this still processing at the moment. And I think we probably are going to have to come down off the back for some of this processing. But that is a-okay. Getting the badwater. We need one metal block, which they can now put in. And then what I would like is I would like to get the beaver housing and the... I think the water tank's in. I'm going to set this one to empty. And then we will get into big tanks at some point. We are going to go for some mass storage. I want to see this in as well, because I genuinely do want to see the extra power flow we'll get in a good tide from this. Or the overflowing. One or the other. So that is now connected, so they can fly around in there, so they can get down here, up here. Good stuff. Probably shouldn't be wasting this resource either, to be honest. Finish that as well. And we are going to put a mine up here eventually. We're just going to keep the ruins up here. We're going to use the ruins as well. Jason has taught me well. About how I should be making use of ruins, because beavers don't injure themselves first. It's very tempting to just run for the mine. But it's not always the case. So, if I detonate this now, that should be no water down there. Did I actually... I did do it. So. Let's put in the tubeway. So, we'll pop the impermeable floor there. And then we'll pop our tubeway station in on top of it. So we'll pop it in like that there. And then we're just going to come out. Which I believe we go down there. Round here. Honestly, like, this map is so cool. Like, all of the different stuff like this. So that's just connects it into the network. I mean, I could blast through there. But I feel like it's not super necessary, is it? And that will just take them an absolute age to build. So they can slowly build that. So. Regarding power. So this completely goes away. This does not need to be here now. So we're going to put in the gear workshop. So I know you're not supposed to have as many of these as you do for... that's a bit frustrating, isn't it? I guess that's fine. And I guess what we could actually have here is we could have a little bit of sustenance. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So maybe if we put kohlrabi in there. If we put corn rations. And then if we put water in here. And we have all of these set to obtain. So the beavers, when they're during their working day, can come and grab this. That's nice. That's quite a good little use of that space on that side there. I've also realised I've boo-booed. So we need to get power. So power over to this side is going to be fine. We need to get power over to this side. Now, I could pull this up and do this way, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to... No, okay, I'm doing it that way. Pop those out. Do we have dirt yet? We don't have dirt yet, do we? I might have to get a dirt excavator just to get dirt. That's going to be fine. So we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is going to be fine, okay. So, the dirt excavator. Where are you? Where can I put you that's going to make sense? I do just have to be careful because I don't want to, like, dig into this and then everything becomes sad. Can't go there. Why can't it? Okay. Maybe we... Is there a world in which it could come down there? Could it also? It can also come up here. So for temporary reasons, I'm going to put it up here. For lack of a better place. I mean that will ruin the underwater pressure, which I don't really want to do. Is there a good place to put this? I mean down here. Yep, it doesn't interfere with anything. We can put a geothermal field on here. I know this isn't optimal. I just kind of want it out of the way because I don't want it to, like, ruin the topography of the map. Usually I don't really give a crap about the topography of the map, but I won't pretend. But because this has been so lovingly made, I kind of want to give a crap. You know what I mean? It makes me want to give a crap. And it's probably not going to stay here forever. I mean, it's definitely not staying here forever. Look at that. But for now, oh, I don't even need to. Let's not let perfection be the enemy of good. And we can come down. And I'm fully aware I am adding more projects to the actual bonfire of projects we're building. They built that. Oh wow, they are doing that kind of rapidly. But I would like all of this built before everything else, please. So they have emptied this tank. That's good. I'm not sure if that path is strictly necessary, but I'm going to leave it in. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to... We still have 38 beavers homeless, which is worse than we started this episode, so I am conscious and I want to do something about this. I don't think I can get platforms under the arms of that, because what I would do... Can I put... No, I can't put anything under the arms of that. Maybe they move at some point. We have all the signs now. I can just unlock stuff willy-nilly. Is that... Yeah, no, that's going to go into their house because the water goes down there. I guess that just comes in there like so. And I guess if we've unlocked the dirt, I can start to think like this. No, I can't start to think like that because that's there. This map is very good, but it has a little bit lack of placement options for me early in the game. I mean, all of this died. All of that's died. I mean, what we can do is once we have the dirt, we can start to do dirt overhangs and I can stick some there. Okay, yeah, well, we'll do that. Because hopefully they're coming in and putting this in. What do you need? Gears? We have loads. Treated planks? We do not have loads. Metal blocks? We have none. Well, we have 19. So I guess that's that. I haven't put this in yet. Pause. Pause. I'm guessing I kind of want to get these on the go, actually. So I'm going to automate you to those timers. Let's just get 2 on the go. Just to increase plank production a little bit. So, where are we at? That doesn't reach those. I mean, that's an issue for another day. Dirt excavator is a long project, isn't it? Oof. Kind of makes me wish I hadn't sat on the treated plank storage for so long. But it is what it is. And I don't really want to delete any of this while we're still producing stuff. That's just going to take a while to connect that. That's fine. Pause, pause, paused. Is there anything I can get a beaver from? So if I pause this, don't really need that right now. Explosives are fine. Extract. Extract, that could be paused. Explosive factory can be paused. $24. It's just taking them ages to get the stuff over there. How many haulers do we have? 4. We don't have a lot of builder beavers either, because we just don't have a lot of beavers. Maybe if you come and build this. It's not like the automation isn't doing its work. We are pausing the jobs. I think I've just got a lot of planks being produced. We did up our plank storage, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So maybe that's just the issue. Do you know what? I'm going to pause this for now. I'm going to ask them to get everything else done. So put all of that in, put that in. And we are going to put housing here, I promise you. It's me that's ruining these beavers' lives. So we're going to pop that in there. We'll pop another one in here. We'll move the beds and stuff to maybe make a proper beaver hospital somewhere. And then we're going to have... I mean, we got 30 unstored beavers. There's a world in which I move these. Bad tide and drought. But I don't want to move them during the drought, because then that'll just kick all my automation off. That's why this stuff should go in random places. Right, so what could I do? We have a shrub there. You can go away. Does this need to be here? Probably not. Let's put some... Why do I go for storage when I'm looking at beaver storage? And we just pop that there on the edge. Is it ugly? Yes. Are we going to do it? Also yes. And then we're back down to our normal level of beaver abuse, of not storing them properly. Large row houses. I mean, I don't hate it. Yeah, so then we should each reach beaver storage equilibrium. Hopefully that'll sate your desire to see the beavers looked after better than I am looking after them. So that's going in. And yeah, so their shelter is a minus 0.9, isn't it? So I do just want to see it all go in. And we do have this one over here as well, this random barrack. That's probably going to be moved at some point. They haven't even put this in yet. And I think now might be the time we head towards rapid population increase. I know I've discussed this multiple times, but... And this is all going to change. It's not going to stay like this. I feel like the time is now for more beavers. The time of the beaver is upon us. And we are going to have to get some more tree farms. I was thinking over here might... maybe not. I'd like to over here... Once I've proven this works, tree farms up and over here, especially once we get rid of the scrap metal, that could be really cool. Or over here, once we've sorted that out, or even maybe over here. I do need to come up with this being a better solution than what we're currently doing. I would like to just box both these sides in and just force it out this way. So that is a plan. Oh look, we're producing absolute beans of power. So we've stored all our beavers, well, apart from one. I can live with that, so we're going to unpause that now. And see if we can get this in before the end of the episode. We do have 15 minutes still. So, we are talking about our industrial area, aren't we? So I can't put anything there because we're popping stuff there. We're still using the treated planks from here. So what are we going to have backing onto it this way? See, this is really sort of not ideal, isn't it? I wonder if I could... Is there a world in which we take this out? And what I do is I pop in... There is a world in which that happens. We pop that in there. And I guess what we can do is we can, to make use of the space, we can just put some more food storages in. So if I put in a small warehouse, and we pop in some, I don't know, we are going to go through the food motion. So if I put some fermented soybeans, fermented cassava, and we'll just set them to obtain. We are going to go through the food motions. I am fully aware as well that I planted loads of food down here that we're not even using because we filled up the resources, because I haven't even looked at what we're doing over this side. So, in the same vein as that, what we're going to do is we're going to pop in a load of dirt over here. I think. I could use platforms, but I feel like if we've got the dirt, use the dirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop loads of dirt in here. I mean, this is going to take them an age to fill in. But I would rather see it with dirt. I think it's going to look nicer, rather than being like platforms. And I don't want to trigger blackout because, you know, he loves a platform. I think you'll find out was 43 minutes into that episode before you mentioned your name this time, Blackout, so don't get too upset. The metal blocks are in. We're waiting on treated planks. Gears are also going in. Okay. So that's there. I can delete this. I can actually blast all of this down. Maybe that's the best play. Maybe that's what we go for. We delete or blast all this down. I mean, this can go away. This can also go away now. Yeah, I'm going to leave that in for now. Maybe we blast this down and then we have the treated planks on this side. Or even some more on that side. Because Gear Workshop... I mean, I kind of need that one to be built so that this power transfers through. I mean, not that it's an issue at the moment. I'm going to unpause you and I'm going to automate you to the gear one. And I'm aware they're running down here to pick up their stuff and all storage. I don't consider it to be that far. I don't consider it to be too far to do, so... Yeah, that's just taking a bit of time, isn't it? And we have 0.4 days left. And we are just literally waiting on the treated planks. So, I think we pull the plaster off. You just go away. And what we're going to do is we are going to... So tree plank, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably didn't need to remove all of that, but here we are. And build this for me. So we have the water flowing out. Hopefully, this is going to increase the... I mean, it depends what you set this aquifer to. If this aquifer set to absolute beans, we might have some overflowing. No, I think that's fine. Has it increased the power? Obviously, none of this is connected to the network now. I think it has increased the power. And it's also, you know, made all of this nice and temperate, so I'm here for that. Wood. There you go. So, build, build, build. What do you need? Planks, gears, and logs. We have planks, gears, and logs. Get all of that built so we can get our dirt on the go. And this is our industrial area we're working on. I'm really pleased that we managed to put the tubeway station in, because that's just going to improve connectivity. I wonder if there's a world in which... There is a world in which we can get a tubeway over here. Even if we choose to leave the dirt over here, I think there's a world in which we can get the tubeway over to here quite easily. Unable to get required materials. Oh, we're out of pine resin because I paused the tapper shack. Not this game again. But I'm really pleased that this is working. Do we really not have that much scrap metal? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the smelters for now, so that we can get the scrap metal in to build this. Because that's important. That's load bearing. And I know I could have done the same with the woodwork, the gear workshops over here, and the wood, but that's fine. It's fine. And also, the reason I would like to sort this out coming out this way is because I think this is prime farmable land. I think once we get some contamination barriers in down here, we could farm quite a lot down here. We also have the opportunity of over here. We're doing this. I said I was taking this out last time and I haven't. So somebody needs to keep me honest on that, because I should have done that. That's just going to take time to make treated planks. Pine resin is always my nemesis. We need to set up a big pine farm as well, because I've just built all of these and now they have nothing to do. I still think we could... I still think I can knock the back out of this, actually. 1, 2, 3... Do I want it to be that many? I think I do. And you might as well come and do this because you're not really doing anything else, are you? What else are you doing? What other building projects are there? We have 5 beavers. Unlived in. But there is a house coming. We are slowly improving their beaver lives. See, this automation... Maybe this needs to be set to 12 hours because... Or I need to set a reset factor. Maybe if I put a flow valve in here. Because obviously I am a little bit concerned about the pumping now. Unless I set a load up here. I can even set a load more down here. I don't think it's too much of a concern. I am mindful of it. Wow. I've made a mistake, haven't I? This needs to be blasted out as well. Yes, that needs to be blasted out as well. But we do also need to make sure that they can get to the stuff, and I don't completely... box us in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete that as well. Make all of this a priority. Pop that there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop in two centrifuges. So supply is almost 5,000. I genuinely think we'll be able to get another one in when we relocate some of this as well. Let's just improve that a little bit. Can't get all required materials. I turned off the explosives factory. Of course I did. 65. Waiting a little bit. I do want to turn all of these on. However, there's no point turning them all on if we don't have the beavers for them at the moment. I must admit, I watched JC's episode where he did his automation. He set all his automation up on the down the plug hole map, and I'm not going to say I was critical, but I then did go, can you actually reach? You can at the moment. I was like, oh, he's put all of this automation in, and then he just manually pours stuff, and I put all this automation in, and I've manually poured stuff. So that's on me. That's not me criticising JC. I watch all of his content. I think he's a great opponent of the game, great player of the game, even if he doesn't think so himself. He talks about Zedek. And whilst I think Zedek is fantastic, I've watched Zedek's videos. I don't think you could compare what JC and Zedek do, because it's completely different. Like, it's like comparing apples and oranges. If you had unlimited time to like make mega builds and plan stuff out, I don't know Zedek's background. I assume it's some sort of like urban planning or something or something procedural, because he seems like a very logical player. Either that, or he has a lot of time to try and test stuff. Maybe it's that one. But I don't think you can compare someone like JC and Zedek, because I just don't think it works. Like, they are two different players. They play the game very differently. It's just different. And we should actually probably put more scrap flags in before I actually go, why aren't they collecting my scrap? It's always a good start. Anyway, that's my weird little rant about my people I watch on the internet. My point is, JC shouldn't be so hard on himself, because it's a completely different style of gameplay, completely different. The same game done very differently. And obviously, I prefer to do the way JC does it, because I mirrored my entire channel. Well, I haven't mirrored. That's going to sound ingenuine. I haven't. I have. My channel was inspired by JC. But then, we do have the dirt's coming. So there's a quote, isn't there? It's like imitation's the greatest form of flattery, but the actual entire quote is that imitation is the greatest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I do it as well as JC does. I don't even know what point I'm getting at anymore. I'm just waffling. I'm just waffling. And I will stop waffling. Because, like some of you have said, you don't have to be talking all the time for it to be engaging. I've realised can I pause that? No, you can't pause it once it's been built. Delete it. So what we're doing with this is we're going to put the dirt on top. We're going to put the dirt on top. And then we're going to put our gear workshops back in. And then that allows the transference of the power underneath. That was a very long time to wait and get dirt just to do that. So I want to detonate you, put stairs in here, run a path along here, and then we're going to put dynamite back here. And it will all make sense. So we are coming to, the bad tide has started. Let me check everything has started working. So that's going to carry on. This has started leaking out here. This has flipped. This has also flipped. So it's all, it is all, I would like to come in and block that with maybe a contamination sensor at some point. But this is working. Oh. Those are set to bad. Okay, so I probably need to set them to drought. There is no drought. I think I just don't need to automate them anymore. Just have them set because this has worked. There's no like adverse conditions going on under here. We haven't had a bad tide for a while, so I'm just doing my panic routine. Oh, they've almost broke through. I'm doing my panic routine. Nobody's contaminated. People are injured. That's fine. I can live with that. Right. Nobody walk. Oh, they hadn't built the stairs. Do we have planks over here? I hope we have planks over here. Have I completely balls this up? Can you pick that up? We might have to play. You know when you think you're doing okay, and then you're not. Oh, we connected. That's fine. So, this has been quite a successful episode, I think. We've done quite a lot of industrial stuff, which I'm very pleased about. We will probably come and automate some of this next time, because I'm fully aware that beavers are doing lots of work they don't particularly need to be. Yeah, but look, nice industrial area. A couple of centrifuges on the go. We'll be on the go. We have this power in as well, so that will connect to the overall grid once that's in. Maybe run a few more metal mines down, not metal mines, a few more metal producers down here, a couple of explosives factory, and then I think that's all of our industry. So we are nice and industried up. We have a dirt excavator, which I'm pleased about. I didn't think we were getting to that time. We've also improved the connectivity of our transit system, because now they can get over to here, over to here, over to here, nice and easy. And we don't have any beavers living out in the open. So, this has been Timberborn. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm very much enjoying it. If you haven't hit like and subscribe yet, please do for more Timberborn content, and I will see you next time.